The world of mobile apps moves crazy fast, right? What feels like science fiction today is just standard tomorrow. So the real question for any business is this: how do you build an app that's actually ready for a future that's basically already knocking on the door? Let's break down the trends and the tech you absolutely need to know.
And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, check out this number. By 2030, the global mobile app market is expected to hit $626 billion. That's not just a little bit of growth. It is a massive, massive landscape of opportunity for anyone building what's coming next.
Okay, so if you want a piece of that enormous pie, you have to be looking ahead. You've got to understand the big macro trends that are completely reshaping what an app even is. So let's dive in. What is tomorrow's app experience actually going to feel like?
First up, AI. It's not just a feature anymore. It's becoming the very soul of the app. We're talking about hyper-personalized AI companions. And no, these aren't just clunky chatbots. These are systems that really learn from your behavior to proactively help you out, giving you what you need, sometimes before you even realize you need it. Think of it like a personal assistant that actually gets you.
Next, we've got commerce literally breaking out of the 2D screen. I'm talking about mixed reality. Augmented and virtual reality aren't just for video games anymore. They are creating these incredibly immersive shopping experiences, like being able to virtually try on a pair of sneakers from your couch. It brings the store right to you.
We're also seeing this huge foundational shift in how apps are built, especially when security is a top priority. Enter decentralized apps, or DApps. They run on a peer-to-peer blockchain, which means there's no central server to hack. This is a game changer for things like finance, or really any app that handles super sensitive data.
And finally, let's talk about how we even interact with our apps. We're moving way beyond just tapping on a piece of glass. Voice control is pretty much standard now, right? Gesture controls are becoming essential for AR and VR. And yeah, way out on the horizon, we're even seeing the start of brain-computer interfaces. It's all about making our commands more seamless and natural.
Okay, so we've got all these incredible, kind of complex new trends. And this all sounds amazing, right? But it also creates a huge challenge for businesses. How in the world do you build these advanced experiences for both iOS and Android without your budget and your timeline just completely spiraling out of control?
Let's just boil it all down to this one simple but absolutely massive question. How do you innovate and build for this wild future without having to build everything twice, once for Apple and then all over again for Google? This is the core problem that honestly every development team is facing right now.
So this kind of lays out the two paths you can take. You've got the old way, separate teams, separate buckets of code. It's slow, it's super expensive, and honestly the experience is often inconsistent between the two phones. And then you've got the new way, with something like React Native. Here, you have one team writing one code base that works on both platforms. It's just faster, way more cost-efficient, and you get a consistent look and feel everywhere.
So let's zoom in on a solution like React Native for a second. It's one thing to say it's more efficient, but let's actually look at how its specific features, its superpowers, you could say, directly plug into those future trends we were just talking about.
Okay, this is where the rubber really meets the road. The main thing to see here is that for every single one of those big future trends, the modern development world has an answer. You want to do cool AI personalization? There are powerful SDKs for that. Immersive UIs? There are advanced animation libraries. DApps? Yep, you can integrate blockchain libraries. The whole point is, the tools are already here to build for tomorrow. And look, this isn't some experimental fly-by-night tech. The ecosystem around cross-platform tools like React Native is incredibly mature. It's stable, it's reliable, and it's backed by this huge global community of developers. That gives businesses the confidence they need to build their most important mission-critical apps on it.
All right, so let's bring this all home. We've geeked out on the tech, we've talked about the future, but what is the actual tangible impact on your business? Why should you care about this stuff when it comes to your bottom line and your strategy? First and foremost, it's about speed. A streamlined, single code-based process means you can get your app to market so much faster. And in today's competitive world, that head start can literally be everything. And then, of course, there's the money. It's just simple math. By not needing two separate specialized teams for iOS and Android, you directly slash your development and your maintenance costs. It's just a smarter, more efficient way to use your resources.
And finally, there's the people side of the equation, which is huge. Because React Native is so popular, there's this massive, global pool of skilled developers. That makes it way easier to find the talent you need to build, maintain, and innovate on your app for years and years to come.
So we'll just end on this thought. The technology to build for the future is already here, and it offers clear advantages in speed, cost, and talent. You can bet your competitors are already looking at these trends and making these exact same calculations. So the only real question left is, what is your next app going to do to not just compete, but to lead?